Good morning, good afternoon, good evening across the country, around the world. Welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program. Valentina is still in orbit, although I've launched a few other satellite missions. I just did one that took a satellite to Minmus, and that took up all the time that she was in orbit. And so this satellite at Minmus, that's what I just did. It took up the time, and then her orbit is complete. So even though it was with this and not with Mersby's, it still seems happy, and it completed it. I don't have to recover her. I just had to make sure she survived. And life support, we still had life support for another 22 days. So this was easy peasy as far as life support goes. But let's bring her home, shall we? Let's see, where is the, so that's the Space Center there. So if we do something like this, it's a little steep, but she should be fine. That'll be in the water near the Space Center. A little more aggressively. There we go. Yeah, she should survive that just fine. I'm like, what's missing? Oh yeah, all my windows. I closed those for a nice picture at the beginning there. Maneuver planner, orbit, surface, delta V. No, we don't really need it that much. So in this episode, we'll make use of MechJub a lot, obviously. But this episode will return Valentina, and we will also land another probe on another moon. We'll land a probe on Minmus, because that's the last contract I currently have. I could take more satellite missions. I actually did take a few other satellite missions and do them real quick, just to burn time and to earn money. Yeah, and sadly we're going to come down on the night side, but we might just skim over the Kerbal Space Center. Actually, this might be days. No. Yeah, so we're passing over the desert. Ugh, the dreaded desert. I'm really not a fan of the desert. Often when I land something in the desert, the game goes wonky and very unhappy and crashes. I don't know why, it just does. Alright, Val, we're going to bring you home after your long stay in space. There we go, don't crash on me now. I got scared for a second there. Scared? Combination of scared and worried? Yes, that's what I said. Alright, MechJub, finish your thing. Yes, we're definitely coming home. Don't need that anymore either. Yeah, so we should land, thanks to the trajectories mod, just off the coast over there, which is cool. We are going to go ahead and... No, I don't want to point that way. I want to point down just a little bit. We're going to ditch. Whoa, right. I had stability assist off. That's right. Let's just point that way. Because I kind of like sending the service modules up above me. Yes, we're going to quick save just in case this is a really bad re-entry. And eject. Goodbye. And now we set you... I'm sorry. retrograde. And it's a normal re-entry. At least that's the plan, that's the hope, and prayers. Alright, so here we are, atmospheric. We'll go ahead and time warp again because we can. And we should shoot right on past, yeah, this continent. This is the Kerbal Space Center, I think is those little glitchy dots right there. So we'll land out in the water a bit to the southeast of the Space Center. There we go, thermal heating. Our blader is taking the heat. We're gonna, yeah, de-warp. Ooh, I love those sparkles effects. That is apparently a stock effect that's in the game that the game just does not enable. You have to tell it to enable. Whoa, and there's our service module. That's cool. Seeing the two things doing that, I think that's pretty awesome. Our ablator is ablating, and the ablation rate is starting to drop. Good. So this should be pretty straightforward, and that, sadly, we're not going to recover, but that's okay. It should, boom, blow up. Debris, yeah. Alright, so we should be coming out of heating. Yeah, there's the Space Center there. There we go, dropping down. Good. So we are, yeah, we're definitely going to have an ocean landing. Oh. Sure. Awesome. Let's physics warp a little bit. We're still up in the air quite a bit. The parachutes say they're slow enough. We're going to wait until closer to 250. Because why open your parachutes this early, too? Yeah, sadly, real chutes aren't working, so I'm left with these stock chutes. Real chutes hasn't been updated yet, still, for 1.3.1. Alright, let's go ahead and deploy. Although I added a radial chute for good measure, because just carrying the battery and all the stuff up here, I wanted more. Yeah. So we should be just fine. We can probably go ahead and jettison that guy. It'll make us a little bit lighter. Don't really need it. And then we can physics warp all the way down. Wow, slow landing. Come on, all the way down. Yeesh. This is going to take forever. Well, yeah, we have... What is this? Yeah, I know, I didn't recover that. Okay, here we go. Finally. Here comes the ground. Anyway, that'll clear up most of the contracts except for our Minmus lander, and we'll take care of that. We'll look at new contracts right now, too. And we've got a bunch of science. We'll look at what science we might collect, or how we might spend our science. Okay, sure. There we go. We can recover the vessel and Valentina after her long stay in space. Well, comparatively long compared to anybody else so far. Yay, a little bit more science. And Val is level 1. She's ready for her next assignment. So, the only contract we have active is a Minmus landing with a probe, which honestly we're going to send the same exact one that we had to the moon to here again. But SETI, this... Aha! We have a manned moon orbit. We have manned orbital docking and even Ikey. Yeah. A manned moon orbit. Now that we've established we can survive orbital, we're going to go for a moon orbit, and that they will be alive. I think the trip out there takes a day or two, so this way once you have pretty much the same life support setup we had the last one, we'll be able to do a moon orbit without any problem. Between 1 and 2 Kerbals. Interesting. Oh, I was looking at something else. Manned Kerbin orbital docking. Ah, right. So, any vessel and then a crewed vessel. So a probe and a crewed vessel. We might take this opportunity to build up our first kind of, quote, space station. We might. I don't know if I have the parts for it yet. And Minmus landing, probe. That's one we're going to do right now, actually. We'll go ahead and collect this one. Yeah, the rest we'll leave alone. I'll do some other science ones and who knows what, but for now, that's all I'm going to do. So, we'll send a probe to Minmus. It's in a lot of ways going to be something of a carbon copy of the one we sent to the moon. Just instead of the moon, it's going to Minmus. Alright. Oh, empty hangar. Sad. Alright. Yeah, and sadly, since we've updated some things, there are some ships I don't have access to anymore. Load? Yeah, nope. Until all the mods are up to date, I don't have it. So, let's see. Moonlander Probe Mark 1. And this should have all the science that was already on there. Lander legs, all that stuff. Yes, 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 yes. We're just going to call this Minmus Lander Probe Mark 1. Because the same stuff will work. I mean, there's no new science. There's nothing really new that I have anywhere that I can do this with. So, yeah. And this has plenty of delta. It has some delta V. It should be enough. It was tight to get to the moon. Oh, this is an intermediary stage. Wow. Yeah, this should be fine, though. This should be just fine. And this will go back. Yeah. Yes. This will work just fine. We'll be good to get to Minmus. It's not that much further from the moon, and because the gravity is lighter at Minmus, it's more forgiving at Minmus. I think we'll probably break even with the amount of delta V we used up between that moon landing and then this Minmus landing because of the distance and the gravity differences and stuff like that. And I'm rambling, and I apologize. No. Let's turn you off. No. Okay. Yeah, I think thrust weights, everything's good. T, Z. And oh, I have a better probe. Interesting that I have these things now. Huh. Oh, I think because I put the better probe core on here, maybe. I can't tell. I can't remember. It's not critical. Yeah, staging should be good. I'm going to trust the staging is good. And away we go. So, launching to Minmus, obviously you're going to go into a normal equatorial orbit, but then to get to Minmus, you have to tweak your orbit a bit because it's not in a nice equatorial orbit like the moon is. You have to adjust, and we'll do that. We'll let MechJeb do that. Speaking of MechJeb, eek! I've got Delta V. I want maneuver planner and orbital information. Should be pitching over. I wish there was a way to tell MechJeb, start always with these screens loaded. Pity. Pity doesn't remember. I don't know why it doesn't remember. It remembers this. Remembers some of them, but not all of them. We're going to light the other stage now. Because we're going to ditch those guys now. Oh, hey. There you go. I didn't want to let go for a second there. That was a little worrisome. Oh, that's weird. There you go. Stay in that prograde marker. This is going to be a really steep ascent, which isn't what I was going for. Push you over just a little bit more, my friend. Come on, push that prograde. Keep going. Yeah, we should be over at like 45 or so by now, so this is not... it's not horrible, but it's not great. Fortunately, we do have the maneuver planner, so once we get to a certain point, we can be pretty lazy and let it do its thing. Just getting that set up for when we're set up. Alright. We weren't quite at full throttle. Now we are. It's going to make a small difference, but it's noticeable. We're just going to go ahead and pitch all the way over. It's not that atmospherically wonderful, but we're up out of most of the atmosphere. And this will help to circularize. So there we are, 70. So we are going to escape the atmosphere. Oh, right. We're just going to get to an apoapsis of 80 and then stop and then tell MechJeb to circularize for us. Okay, come on. Well, I mean, we're doing a lot of this. We're doing some of the circularization now-ish. 80. There's a nice 80. Create the next node. Beautiful. Don't auto-warp, because I want to do stuff in the meantime. So we're about to exit space. We're high enough up even now that we could ditch the fairing. We're going to wait until we are in space itself. Oh, that's right. You get caught by the legs, don't you? Spin, 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 spin. Centrifugal force. That's kind of cool, actually, to watch that happen. Yes. So now that we're here, though, we will Extend the antennas. Oh, why didn't you extend the solar panels? You have solar panels, right? There they are. Okay, good. Alright, interesting. That didn't auto-extend with the utilities like it should. Oh well. 'Tis not the end of the world. Ah, yeah, it is the better probe. That's why it has more controls. I see. Ah. I wasn't watching and that just snuck up on me. Woo! T... Oh. What? Oh no, it did it on its own. Jeez, I pressed the Z key like full throttle, but I think it did it at the same time because I just caught that countdown. That's why I'm like trying to control? Control? No, no control. Okay. I don't need control, that's fine. And that guy is slowly going to drop down and we'll collect him as well. Good. We'll just have this bit of debris in space. We try to minimize our space debris here, but that doesn't always happen. Okay, good. We are in a stable orbit. We aren't going to go anywhere. Yeah, we can stop that now. We'll quick save, because quick saving is our friend. Alright, so we are in a stable orbit, like I said. And Minmus there is our target. We're going to set it as target. And as you can see, we are off by, yeah, about 5.7, about 6 degrees. We're not perfectly equatorial as we are, although we're already slanted against it. Wow. But we can use MechJeb. Match planes, create node, execute next node. So we'll let it do it for us. It's going to come up in nearly an orbit, which is fine. We got lots of time. There's nothing else going on that's got anything going on. Yeah. Manned moon orbit. Yeah, that's what's next. Oh, right. Sorry. Auto warp. Please, please auto warp. Otherwise, things would take forever. I'm thinking that this might be one of the last missions. No. The next one, the moon orbit. After that, we're gonna try to have to I'm gonna have to change up the format a bit because these are getting a little long and a little tedious. But I want to, yeah, I want to get more meaty stuff. This series is taking a long time to get exciting stuff going because of the format of the SETI missions. It kind of limits you, and the way that the science progresses. Yay, I recovered all 3. Yay, yay, yay. It's money back in the pocket. We're nearly 3 million Kerbal bucks, space bucks, whatever. But money is always good. Ooh, sunlight. Yep, it's a 0. Okay, stop it. And then, home and transfer to target. Create that node. Coming up over there. Yep, and these always give you really tight encounters to, like, you're gonna be running into it, but that's okay. We'll fix that once we're on our way. That's gonna, yeah, that'll be fine. Execute next node. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to stage halfway through, but we can go to utilities, and we can tell it to auto stage. That'll make life a bit easier if it auto stages for us. Do I have? I don't have lander yet. Oh, interesting. Power. Yeah, sorry, just looking at all the stuff. Look at the planet fly past. There he goes. I was waiting for it to draw and catch up correctly. Or catch up and draw itself correctly, sorry. So yeah, we'll have about a third of this in this stage, and then it should auto stage and light the other one. We're gonna go ahead and extend the gear just in case this thing gets, like, stuck, because I'm not 100% trusting of it. I can't remember what happened last. You can obviously see it's clipping through the fairing there. So, we'll see. Okay, good. It did it just fine. Yeah, we'll still have, what, 1,200 left over? Which is good. Which is plenty. Alright, and... so I canceled it a smidgen early. Because I want to see what that does. Get rid of this. Good. Okay, good. So that puts us on a trajectory past it instead of smack into it. Obviously, we want to go to Minmus and land there, but not like this. So let's go retrograde. We go retrograde just a smidge. I want to fine tune this just a bit. Let's go ahead and limit the thrust quite a bit. Okay, so if we go retrograde, we go away. Prograde, though. There we go. And that's at, like, 15% of thrust. Ooh, too much. Let's limit this even more. There we go, 12 kilometers. That's perfect. Now we can put the thrust back up to full, because we're going to want it again later. And we're on our way to Minmus. Trip to Minmus, though, takes, let's see, about 7 or 8 days. And that's where I got caught up sending that last satellite you see up there to Minmus. While it was journeying there, I satisfied all the time that was required, for Valentina's orbital duration flight there. So let's go ahead and warp, because why not? Because we don't need to do anything else. One satellite at a time. That's kind of all that this Kerbal Space Program can handle. That's really all I want to deal with at the moment too. Once we get interplanetary more, we'll do more things with the alarm clock. But for the time being, we're fine with just kind of one satellite at a time. Or one manned mission hanging out somewhere, like Valentina was. So, we're going to come into Minmus's sphere of influence shortly. Like I said, Minmus is a bit more forgiving than the Moon. The gravity is less, and there's some other features that make it just easier to deal with. Like on the Moon, you don't know where sea level is. There really is no spot that is sea level, whatever the, quote, sea level is. Whereas Minmus, there are some plains, some huge plains that are, quote, sea level. And those are really easy to find, land on, and you know where you're going to go once that happens, because they're sea level. All right, let's go ahead and focus on the Minmus. Periapsis. Boom. App maneuver. Retrograde, bring it down, bring it down. Whoop, there we go. 23, 17, 19, 17. That'll work. And yeah, this will be plenty of Delta V to do this. Execute. Yay for the magic of MechJeb doing all the work for me. Obviously, we could do this manually, but it's a little annoying. We'll do the landing manually. But beyond that, well, yeah. This orbitalization burn we'll do with MechJeb. Ah, yeah, see? This plane here, great spot for landing. And I think there should be another, that's like the lesser planes. Oh, there they are, the greater planes. Yeah, so we'll wait until it's nicely in the sunlight and we're lined up to land on that. Actually, we could almost decelerate and deorbit now. Actually, yeah, we can. We might as well. Why not? Let's do it. So we are in orbit of Minmus now. We're going to quick save, though, just because quick saving, again, is our friend. T retrograde. Actually, let's maneuver. Pull it down just a little bit, and then retrograde just a little bit as well. So there, something like that. And we're still going to break ourselves more and land on the plains here. We're going to do... Whoa, that was a bit too much. What happened? Oh, we passed it. Alright, let's just burn some retrograde here, and then we can fix it in a minute. Come on. There, you can see it closing in on the plains there. Good, and then we're going to burn just a smidgen. Anti-normal, I think it was? Yes. That'll bring us over more of it down here, which will just make life a smidgen easier. Good, alright. And now we fly the rest kind of by sight. Retrograde. Go ahead and get those gears down, because it makes me feel safer. And there they are. There is the Great Plains. We're going to end up landing somewhere over here, I believe. And we're only going... Yeah, we're going pretty slow already. So let's go ahead and warp down to about 9 kilometers. Yeah. Yeah, the Great Plains of Minmus make life very, very forgiving. Four-second suicide burn. We're gonna be a little more conservative than that, but we'll still get pretty low. That's good. We're gonna start slowing down now because we are definitely over the Great Plains, and we can land. Like I said, this is the exact same probe that, or the exact same designed probe that landed on the moon. We're gonna go ahead and kill a lot of our speed, though. That's good. Just get us falling closer to straight down. Again, that's the nice part of landing on the plains. This number is where this ground is. I don't have to worry about it. Oh, is that my shadow? Beautiful. Shadows are always good because they can tell you how close you are to the ground. Don't need that. Don't need you. Actually, I don't even need you either. I could get surface info, but I know where we're going to be. Or I know where the ground is going to be, I should say. Plus, with visual on my shadow, that makes life quite easy. Nope, we're good. We don't need to do that. Not yet. Oh, the shadow will probably disappear as the ground scatter populates, and then it'll come back. Maybe. About 30 seconds till we're down. Maybe a little less or more. We're slowly decelerating, so that's good. You see our shadow, it's slowly coming closer to meet us. Although the ground is kind of screwy and blank looking, there should be rocks or something up here. Then again, they are the Great Plains, the Great Flats, so maybe not. Alright, 100 meters. Too fast. That might be just about a perfect burn rate to get us set down nice and gentle. I'm not going to touch the controls at all until we are down. Nice and gentle. There we are. We have landed on Minmus. There's the sun. Can't see Kerbin, can we? No, we don't know where Kerbin is. There's other stars or planets or things. Okay, so we are here. Yay, we completed that contract and got... oh, well, those are milestones. To complete the contract, we need to transmit some science. Do it. So this should do, like, all the science. I want to keep that open for a moment, because it's going to do, like, everything. It's going to do, like, 6 versions of the materials bay, which doesn't make any sense. But we can transmit the magnetometer. We can transmit the pressure data. Transmit the the temperature. Sorry. Transmit the seismic data. Didn't we just do this? Maybe not. Yeah, it keeps doing it a few times, which is weird. I'm gonna say we already did it, so no. We can try doing this one. Yes. Oh yeah, I haven't done it yet. Good. Okay. Materials, materials, materials. Let me see if it thinks there's more. It'll show it again. No? That's it. Okay. I think this one might be able to do it again, and we can transmit for partial. Nope, never mind. No science. But there we are. We have landed on Minmus. We've sent science back, so that has completed the contracts. We've got... Oh, hey. We've got a good chunk of money there, and we should be... Did we break the 3 million? We did. We're now over 3 million Kerbal Space Bucks and 643 points of science. You know what? I think it's time we spent some of that science and take a look at what is next. Because we got a couple exciting things. A moon orbit, and then, what is it? Manned docking. Although I'm not sure if I want to do docking, again, just with probes, or do I want to do it with a space station type thing? What are you? Lander can. Oh, both lander cans. Interesting. And some more science. Recycling. 90. Yeah, we're just gonna. We're just gonna clear out this row. Plus, I think to do this, yeah, I have to upgrade the. What's it called? The. Is that where they are? That's where the other ones come in. Okay. Yeah. We're going to do all of these guys. Cool. So, we've got this next row, costs 160. I think the one I'm going to want to get is probably the other lander cans. Heavy command module. Interesting. Huh, I haven't seen these because I haven't looked this far. None there. None there. They could be there, I just don't have the parts that would fit in there. Anyway, ooh, the science bay. Yeah, so we're going to want to get to this level here soon. To do that, though, we have to upgrade, we have to upgrade the science center. Boom, upgraded. Done. Tracking station, we need to upgrade that yet. This guy there. Now, all these things are researchable, which includes, like, big engines, like the mainsail and the skipper, the twin bore, some of these huge ones that are, like, Russian style, as well as other fuel tanks. Whoa. I haven't seen these before. I haven't really looked at these before. I think that's the regular big... Do I have the big orange tank already? I do have the regular big orange tank. That must be a different big orange tank. And other fuel things. So many of these things I've never played with, never seen before, because I've never really played with them before. But yeah, fun times. Anyway, exciting things coming up. Oh, hydroponics. Right, okay. And thermal regulation, cool. Screwdriver, capacitor, other solar panel stuff, and the bigger antenna. Anyway, there's science for you for the time being. Next, like we said, we've got those 2 missions. We've got actually just the manned moon orbit. So I thought I selected the other one. No, I guess I didn't yet. Stations. There it is. Build an orbital station around Kerbin. Duna or the moon. Ugh. Facility supporting 5. Electrical charge, I believe 10 seconds. Station in orbit of Kerbin. Not much of an advance, not much of a payoff, but space stations are fun. That's something I'll... Oh, it expires in 3 hours. We'll take it, though. Around the moon? No, I kind of just want to get a station around Kerbin. And that'll be it for there. SETI contracts, though. Yeah, the manned moon orbit and manned Kerbin orbital docking. Vessel any with a crew of 1 to 2 Kerbals. Any vessel. We'll take that as well because that'll have to come up with the space station building. But next, we'll do a manned moon orbit. Manned moon orbit? A manned moon orbit. Woo! That'll be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you hit like, hit subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, pass the word. I will catch you later.